Mikey and Rinne stay in. Oh yeah.
Love you.
Love you.
Hi guys, welcome to Mikey and Rinne Stay In. I'm Mikey.
And I'm Rinne.
I like the way that we did that.
I do too. It was different.
I know, it was different. I'm feeling a little like low key tonight or something.
Yeah.
Let me adjust my microphone. Sorry. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of we're like recording later than we normally do.
Ooh.
Ghost. There's a ghost in that bowl.
Shoot. For
Oh,
those
boy.
of you that can't see, we had spoons standing up in our Eat Your Feelings snack.
Don't just tease it. Don't talk about it yet.
No, I'm not going to say a word.
Okay.
And the spoon just...
Fell over. Do it.
Ooh.
Ooh, you're ready. I'm ready. Look at the sound wave on that. It looks like a ghost.
Whoa.
So like the wave, the sound wave, I don't even know what they're called because I'm not a professional again. But the sound wave that created on my computer looked like a ghost.
That's really cool.
Oh yeah. It's almost Halloween.
Yes, it is.
And our house, we live in like a turn of the century 1911 like craftsman house that has a like a porch on it and then two windows up above the porch. And so I put eyes right by the windows. And our house is also orange. Mm-hmm. And so I put eyes up by the windows that have lights behind them that are like they look like, jack-o'-lantern cut out eyes like a triangle. And then I put teeth inside the porch, and so we turned it into a monster house. And
we have a stem on the house year round.
Oh,
Mikey
right.
constructed this really beautiful green stem.
Yeah, so the house looks like a pumpkin year round. But it's about to come into its full essence.
Yes.
And
Mikey
God, I love
adds a
it.
little something every year too. What was it last year? You had like smoke coming out.
I
of
added
your
a
mouth?
smoke machine, but little Miss Manners over here wouldn't let me have it going
that's
because
right,
we were
because
worried about what it was.
It was weird. Yeah.
Well, it's like, it's not like organic smoke shit. You're getting it from like somewhere, and who knows what kind of crazy chemicals are in it. It's probably not good to be breathing in.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, but I did get a sweet smoke machine. This year, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe a tongue. Maybe
I think you should do a
an
tongue.
epiglottis.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
A glowing epiglottis. It won't really make much sense in the scheme of things, probably, but
That's a good idea.
I don't know. Something cool. But there's like lights in the mouth. I love it. This is like my favorite time of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like other holidays until I'm like, ooh, Halloween. It's candy. It's dressing up. It's naughtiness. Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. How you doing, baby?
I am, honestly,
Please.
I had a really good day, actually. It's a day off on Mondays. I got so much shit done.
Word.
I cleaned the house. I made a bunch of tinctures
Yeah.
for my kiddos. So I am a pediatric acupuncturist, for those of you that don't know. And I prescribe a lot of herbs to kids. And I'm on this pediatric acupuncture Facebook community, and there was someone that put up a glycerin tincture recipe eons ago. And so I've really started to do a lot more herbal remedies like that. So
Yeah.
make them into tinctures with glycerin using the herbs. And it makes it super affordable for parents, and it's
awesome.
it's fun for me. So I did a bunch of those today, and I don't know when it took a turn, but I'm gonna be honest. I was walking home from the bus. I got this really yummy cosmetic acupuncture treatment. Thank you, Ellie. And I just got a case of the sads.
Oh. About baby time?
Yeah,
Or lack thereof?
So it's coming up. So for those of you that have been listening, I had a miscarriage in April, and we're coming up on the due date of that baby.
Yeah. Yep.
And I wonder if that's part of it.
Sure.
It was also your birthday.
Yeah.
And birthdays for some reason have just become not as fun as they used to be.
Yeah.
I also got my period on your birthday, which was
I
like
know.
a big fuck you.
I know, because you thought that might be like you get to tell me that you're pregnant on my birthday.
Right. I know. Wouldn't that have been dope?
I mean, I mean, objectively, yes, it would have been, right?
Yeah, sure.
But it's also, it's also like fine that it didn't happen then. You know?
I know.
And I don't know, it is, neither of us have had much sadness in our lives.
Right.
And also, like, haven't felt, I mean, even in our relationship, we haven't had that much, like, trial. Like, a lot of people are like, relationships are work, relationships take all this effort, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, yeah, like, you moved across the country for me. That's a lot of work and effort.
Yeah.
We moved across the country to get together. But, like, our relationship has always been easy.
Yeah.
And around the baby, it's not that our relationship has gotten hard. It's just been a hard thing within our relationship.
Right.
So it's like, and it makes it actually, what it's done for me is it's kind of like shown me how great our relationship is.
Yeah.
And how easy it is. And I think in contrast to that, it's been like, holy shit. We haven't really been through many things that are all that hard, and this feels monumental. And it does feel like we're starting behind the 8 ball late. All those things, the late ball. Yeah, and it's, you know.
Well, I think also a part of it is there's the trials that I've had in my life. I've always felt like when things got hard, I get resourceful, right?
Yeah,
and
sure.
Like, okay, I know what to do to fix this thing. And
yeah.
I can't fix this thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and
I think that's it.
yeah. No, I know. And the thing that's so difficult about it is that we're like doing all the things, you know?
Right.
And it's, part of it is like, I don't know, I get so frustrated lately because I'm like, you know, I'm like out at the park and there's like this sweet couple with their 3 children. And I'm like, and maybe they had a fucking rough go of it, you know, of course. And they have 3 children. I don't, you know, that's a lot. And
Right.
I don't want that. Really, but then I do, you know, then I'm like, you know, God, would just give up one of those kids. Like, you know, and like we're trying all the things. And you're so right, because it's like when we haven't liked where we've lived, we've moved. When we haven't liked a job, we've changed it.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
And it's just, this one is like, well, you only got a certain amount of combination of things.
Right.
Right. You know, we're also, I don't know, I think I'm always the person, I always try to like silver lining it. You know, and we have so many friends of ours who've had kids into their 40s, and
right.
You know, and perfectly healthy, wonderful situations. And I just think we just have to remember that. And we're also people that we're very healthy. I'm looking at you right now, and you're sitting with the thing that we're about to talk about, feelings, and with a beer in front of you. And I'm just kind of like, no, we are healthy though. But it's like, we're just
80-20.
fucking overthinking it, I think. I think it's like this classic, like, we're doing all the things, but we're also doing all the things.
Right.
And I think, it's like,
well,
what
and
a mind fuck it is.
I have that, and we've talked about this on the show before. I have that phrase that you've heard so many women say, as soon as I stopped trying is when I got pregnant, you know? And I'm like, I know, I want to get there.
Yeah.
And I'm just not there. And so.
But the other part is that we have to try.
Right. Right. Yeah. So one thing that Mikey and I are doing that's sort of new is we're going to we have a place here called Oregon Reproductive Medicine. And they are, you know, reproductive endocrinologists, not the one that Mikey did his semen analysis at, another one. But we're going to go to they hold monthly sort of informational meetings for free to kind of meet some of the docs and hear about what they offer. And so, yeah, I think that's sort of like just a proactive step in a different direction.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
And I think with the combination of things that we have, it's like we're kind of looking at like an IUI or artificial insemination. That might be the best route. I'm not sure, but
Intrauterine.
Well, but used to be called.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. I'm gonna fucking pull it together.
I love it. I mean, I hate it because it's like we've both been just like emotional, and I think there's other emotional stressors in our lives right now, but it's like it's all kind of like, you know, we need to recognize that this is a thing. It's like it's just a thing that we're having to, you know, go through, and it's sad, and other people go through more sad things, and other people have been through less sad things or whatever. But this for us right now, it's hard, it's sad, and it's. Thanks everybody that it doesn't have to be, but it is. Right. So.
Well, and I just want to reiterate again how much we appreciate that those of you that are listening are, you know, really showing up and.
Hell yeah.
And it's, you know, for us to be able to have this platform is really healing on a lot of levels. And
it totally is.
I just really appreciate that.
Yeah. I love you all, and you know I love you.
Oh.
I love you. I'm also gonna get your hair a little bit.
Oh, thanks. See that? This dude, he's the fucking best.
I'm sorry I didn't do it before the show started.
It's okay. I feel like crying plus disheveled.
Ooh, fucking! It's like
crying plus disheveled.
Let's talk about what this is, because I want to eat some.
Plus, eat your feelings snack that we have tonight.
Yeah.
So today.
So on our show we do the eat your feelings snack, which is like what's the thing that we're eating right now to like, you know, just pillow and blanket our sorrows with fat, sugar, salt.
It's to, you know, improve our fertility.
Sure.
A lot of times it's that. That's
or celebrate awesome things that are going on.
Yes.
Eat the happy feelings too.
Yes. But this weekend on Friday, Mikey turned 39. Congratulations, sir.
You're welcome. I didn't do much to get here, but I also did everything to get here, so you're welcome, world.
And I baked him his favorite cake, which is this very moist chocolate cake with chocolate frosting. It's unbelievable.
There's simple syrup like in the batter, which is something I hadn't seen. It's like this really wet batter, but you just all the water boils off basically, and then it ends up being this like unbelievably spongy, sugary. Wow, we'll put it up. It's like a Bon Appetit recipe or something.
Glorious.
Food and wine.
I made a little extra frosting. And so I think we've talked about this on the show before. I think when I was pregnant, I may have done a cream cheese and frosting.
Oh, yes. Yeah, totally. Yep.
So we're bringing it back.
Yeah, bring it back now. You hear?
This back.
Okay.
It's, you know, I don't know what's much more comforting than, I mean, in the savory world, it's probably pasta for me, but then in the sweet world, I mean, chocolate frosting, it's so delicious. So this frosting is basically heavy cream, butter, and sugar.
It's so good.
So we'll link to that recipe because it's worth it.
Our friend Ben was just here, staying in the house with us for the week. And Ariel was here too. And Ariel.
There you go.
Gosh, I'm sorry. I say your name wrong every time. And I always second guess myself. I love you so much. But they were here with us, and then Ben stayed a couple extra days. And I think we got fatter after she left.
Definitely.
Because we were just like sitting around with spoons just eating this. I had it last night. I had a bowl. We went to see Downton Abbey yesterday. And
oh my God.
And I got peanut M&Ms, and I didn't eat all of them. And I was like, man, I am just like the king of mitigating.
Look at my moderation.
Yeah, look at my moderation. I'm just mitigating and I'm moderating, baby.
I'm so much better than you.
And I came home, poured the rest of them into a bowl, and put fucking frosting on top of it.
Wow.
You're welcome. 39, always been fine.
Yeah, that.
God, it's really good.
That just about says it all right now, doesn't it?
It sure does. Yeah, and God, my birthday was so fun. It was like also, you know, one of those things where it's so nice to be around people that love you. It's so nice to, all those things. I've never had a birthday really catch me at all. 30, I think, a little bit. I was like, oh, 30, holy shit, okay.
Yeah.
But like, this one just means something more. It's kind of like, I'm assessing where my life is at. I'm assessing where we're at, like, baby-wise. You know, it's also the, you know, we're getting close to the, you know, all these numbers that people in the baby world are like, whoa!
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. I just think I'm trying to kind of like live above, rise above, think above. Because, I don't know, otherwise it's just like, fuck, I don't know, you could just get totally down on yourself about it. I feel super healthy.
Yeah.
You feel super healthy. We can make a baby. We're going to have a baby. I love it. I'm also, my 39th birthday was the last time that I'm going to drink until we have a baby. I haven't been drinking like a ton lately, but I have been drinking probably, I don't think I should be drinking because it affects sperm health and all that stuff. So, so I'm going to be sober sheath till we get a baby up in there. And then I'm just going to be blacked out drunk until that baby comes out.
Can't wait. What else, Sheath? Talk to me about something.
Well,
what have you got on the docket today?
Well, one thing last week was we had Margaret, our friend Margaret Floyd Berry on.
We do need to shout out Margaret.
I know, let's talk about her. She was
gem and a half.
Really cool, being wonderful conversation, great story. We had a lot of feedback. We had a lot of listeners, new listeners, and I hope that you guys have stuck around. We don't do interviews every week, but we're trying to pick people that are really, really awesome and unique. And she's definitely one of those.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
I mean, she could have talked for much longer about her other child and about, all the things, because she's just a wealth of knowledge. So really hope that you guys go and check out her website and buy her books and do all the things.
Yeah. Well, and her perspective was so interesting too, because I think there's so much pressure just being a woman who's going to have a baby to do things, quote unquote, the right way.
Yeah.
And
being a woman who's in the health and nutrition field.
Well, but that was what was so interesting, was that hers was so layered with, being in that natural health world.
Yeah.
She talked a little bit about coming from the kind of Christian Science background.
Yeah, totally.
And so, and I just, like, again, everyone that we've had on here has just been so authentic. I think about Crystal, I think about Janet, and it's these women that are like, yes, I'm going to tell my story and kind of lay myself bare and not apologize and open up the conversation. And so thank you all.
I know.
Yeah.
It's really amazing. I mean, especially, I don't know, I think I can kind of tend to get a little bit mournful about truth in our world and authenticity in our world. Especially, I'm just Rinne less than me, I think, a little bit, but I focus on politics a lot. Like, I listen to too many political shows, and I don't know, and I can just get myself really wrapped around the axle or something. Trump's tiny dick, I get myself just all wrapped around it. Ew. But I'm just like, and I just don't think anybody's fucking telling the truth anymore. Like, even people that I like, I'm like, it's all just this bullshit veneer. And so, for our show to be a place where people can, come and tell these stories that are raw and sad and happy and, exuberant and depressing and all the things, but they can just tell it in a way that is, I don't know, really, like, it doesn't need to have like traditional entertainment value. It's kind of like, it can just be, hey, I'm going to come on and tell this story, and it's going to be real and raw and all that stuff, and like, this is a platform for it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, we don't prep anybody when they come on the show, like, hey, have a story ready that's got kind of like, a beginning, middle, and end, and like, we don't need you to wrap it up. Like, it can just be like, just come on here and just barf and cry for an hour, and like, great.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, I love that, and it's...
Yeah, so that said, if you have a story that you'd like to be behind a microphone sharing with us, let us know.
We'll make you icing.
Yes.
If you're not here, we might make icing and send it to you so that we can eat it. We've never done that.
That's not a bad idea.
I know, we could send you what we're eating together. God, this adds another layer of complexity to our show, but...
So much.
Maybe we... fucking up a trip to the post office as well.
I like the idea, though.
No, but that'd be fun, though. If we have people on, we'll send you pudding or pudding? Icing?
Sure. Melt
Maybe
it down
pudding.
and it's fucking pudding.
Amen.
Yeah.
Melt it down, it's lotion if you want to get nuts with it. Yeah. But I just think that it's, anyways, not to be too self-aggrandizing or self-congratulatory, but I don't know. I love getting on here with you every week.
Yeah.
And even if it is like, we've had a couple friends that have self-ejected from the show and just been like, I don't know, it's just not for me, it's too much. Like, I'm just trying to listen. Like, when you guys are farting into the microphone, I'm kind of like in, but then when you have to talk about the sads. That was a little nutcracker, I think I just did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Little fart symphony.
Okay.
Okay, so what we also try to do when we don't have interviews is our little weekly segments.
Yes,
so one of those segments is called our Bindle of the Week.
Yeah.
Which is the way that we're trying to save money in anticipation of having a baby and being parents and just wanting to sort of frugalize our lives a little bit. And so, yeah, my Bindle this week is make your own cleaning products.
Oh, yeah, I like it. We're literally doing that.
Oh, yeah. I used to do it in my, early to mid-20s. I don't know how I've gotten away from it. I literally did it then because I didn't have any money and I didn't want to clean with, like, bleach and gross ingredients. I was starting to think about, maybe my environment affects the way that I feel. And maybe when I smell those really chemically, whatever it is, Clorox cleaning products and I get a headache, that means something.
I'm being condescending about that. I definitely wasn't thinking about a lot of that shit, so.
Right, so I started to make my own, and Mikey and I are now doing this again, which, like, I just don't know how we got away from it. It's super easy to do. It's literally, basically, you just need 2 ingredients.
Right.
So you really need water, and preferably distilled water. Like, you can use tap water, but you just can't keep it for a super long time because there's a potential for, like, microbes and stuff to grow. Right. So distilled water is preferable, and then vinegar, basically.
Like white vinegar.
White vinegar.
Ooh, which I was supposed to get today, but I forgot.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
You can also add some essential oils. That ups the cost a little bit, but you literally need, for a regular
like bottle.
Yeah, it's probably 15 drops maybe.
Right.
And those are cool because those can also add some like antiseptic properties too.
Does it wipe off well?
Yeah, so that's the thing.
Water, because it's like alcohol is what wipes up better.
Right. So that's the thing about, you don't want to use vinegar on like a granite or a quartz is okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, quartz is okay. You can use like Castile soap too.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes that people prefer that, like 4 drops of that. But yeah, I never had an issue with it not wiping up well. We'll see.
I'll report back next week from our streaky ass countertop. This countertop is quartz, like you guys on the video can see it. And it's like, we got it because it was like cheaper than granite and it's like indestructible, quote unquote. But like, I just found it, it's like I have to fucking polish it every day because it's just shiny. I don't know, whatever. These are first world problems.
You can use alcohol too.
I mean, that's true.
It's not.
I'm not drinking right now, so let's just spray this bitch with whiskey.
Definitely. Yeah. But yeah, it's a really good bindle. It's a really cheap bindle. If you guys are using, especially if you're someone who's trying to get pregnant, or you are pregnant, or you have kids, and you're thinking about the products that you're using around your home, if you're using any kind of natural cleaners, they're really pricey. And if you're like cleaning your house, you're going through them.
Yeah, right, totally.
So that's my bindle. Make your own. We'll maybe we can just link to a little recipe.
Totally.
Okay. How about you, Sheethy?
My bindle. I've been going through a lot in my head of bindles, things that I think about. So maybe I'll do 2 shorties.
Great.
So one is a toothbrush.
Oh, tell me more.
So I had a woman accuse me today, a woman that I work with, who's very sweet. I really love her. But she accused me of having a lot of shoes. And I said, nay. You can never have too many shoes. But no, I have too many shoes. But the thing about my shoes that I have is I have shoes that I've had since high school.
This is true.
I'm
This
39
is
years
true.
old. I
I'll
have definitely have shoes that are 20 years old.
Yeah.
At least. And so a toothbrush is the key to keeping your shoes looking tight. So any hip hop heads or sneaker heads or whatever, they know this. They've known this for years. But I used to bleach. Like I used to have this kind of bleach solution that I would use with my toothbrush to keep my white shoes white. But the key part to a good toothbrush is that you can get in and you can make your soles super clean. You can also you can use, if you use your, like a certain toothbrush, you can use it on your suede and stuff like that. Just don't get it wet. But a toothbrush is just a great way to keep your shoes looking great.
Yeah.
And so anyways, that's what I do.
Love that.
And then another one, what was the other thing that I was just thinking about? I might have just forgotten it. Did I do the returning it thing? Yeah. I did do that. That one I just did recently, which is I did it again. Every time I do it.
He lives by his bindles.
I amaze myself every time. Rinne needed a table for an event, like a folding table. I'm like, that fucker was $100 at the grocery store, and I'm like, we have one at the house already, but I was using it for an event the same day. So we bought it, used it, put it right back in the bag in the box.
Returned it.
It was super clean. I didn't we weren't screwing anybody over.
No. There was a tablecloth over it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
So I won't bring that one up.
Yeah, that's pretty good, G.
Yeah. I don't have another bindle. I don't really have one.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually a really
just keep your shit. And I think I've talked about this before. It's like just like wear things. I don't buy like really expensive clothes ever. But when I do, like some of my clothes that I spend money on are like outdoor clothes or ski clothes or whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm going on like my 8th year with the ski coat that I use, and I've skied hundreds of days with it and stuff. And it's like I just keep it in good shape. Wash it with we have this nice OxyClean sort of thing, which it's not the one that's the gross one. It's like they've made it look exactly the same. I don't know how they haven't got the suit.
Ecos is the brand.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like a nicer version of the kind of whitening bleachy stuff or whatever. Add that to the wash or whatever.
Yeah.
Put waterproofing on your shit.
Yeah.
Just look out for your gear.
Yeah, and that's sort of we could even call that an eco bindle.
Ooh. Right? Eco bindle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
I know. So that's all I got. I mean, I'm also just someone who I've been kind of hard on things in my life. I ride my mountain bike hard, and I have broken a lot of skis or whatever. But when I can, I just want to treat my things nicely. So I hope that I do that. I'm not as good as some of my friends. Some of my friends are nut jobs about how well they keep everything. But anyways, that's my bindle.
I love it.
I know, me too.
How about, besides a bindle, do you have another tip for us, of the pro variety?
Oh, professional variety? So, yeah, we also do a thing on a show where, I'm a chef, professional chef, and a consultant and other things, but basically I cook for a living. And then Rindog is a professional acupuncturist of the pediatric variety, but also an integrative nutritionist, and has all sorts of other things in her quiver. So I try to do food stuff. She sometimes does food stuff. We all try to just do things that are from our pro life. So food wise, some of the things that I've been doing lately. So melons and stone fruit are so good right now. I kind of don't think that matters where you are. I think everybody's getting good versions of that. So one of the things that I've been really loving to do is grilling my melons and grilling my stone fruit. It's
so good.
I know that this is obvious to some people because maybe they do it all the time, but I don't know.
I have never grilled a stone fruit before you.
Right.
Before I met you.
Grilling peaches and things like that, I think that's kind of something that people know about, but grilling cantaloupe and stuff, people oftentimes don't do it, and it's so good. I sometimes like to do it on an indoor grill because you can get the griddle hotter. And the key part for me is I just want to grill it quickly. I don't want to grill it so it gets all mushy. I like it just grilled, throw some grill marks on it. And then maybe, you can throw it in the oven with some brown butter and stuff or whatever. But you just want to burn it real quick and kind of get that flavor. I just did an event at Feast, which is one of the big food festivals here in Portland. And we were working with the Widmer Brewing Company through the company that I work with, Milk Run, which is home delivery straight from farms. Localmilkrun.com. Check it out. I think it's the first time I've called it out. But
wow. Yeah, nice plug.
Localmilkrun.com. If you live in the Portland area, No delivery
you want
fee.
some farm food?
Yeah, you want some farm food? No delivery fees, no minimums, no subscription. Unless you want one, you can subscribe. Get all the food. But we did an event with Widmer and the PH Experiment, the brewery. And so, but we smoked a beer. So we had like this like smoking gun that was pushing peach wood smoke into the, like on top of the beer. Then we covered it with a coaster. And then I put like a little grilled cantaloupe on top with a little bit of Jacobson smoked sea salt on it. And it was just epic. So
good. Does grilling it make like bring the sugar out more?
I don't know if it does that, but it definitely caramelizes the sugar, so that it kind of like gives it a little bit of that like caramelizey, burny flavor. That's just, I don't know. I think it's so it's not, you're not just eating sweet. Like cantaloupe is so sweet and it's delicious, but I also like when it's got a little bit of kind of like a bitter note to it.
Yeah,
it's excellent. So yeah. That's my pro tip for this time of year. It's also just, I think that there's. A lot of things that we start doing when it gets colder. So we start thinking about drinking tea, and we start thinking about kind of, like eating more squash and things like that. And I think really trying to eat energetically with the season, like yes, eat locally, but also just really try to eat seasonally. So as it's getting cooler, like try to eat with the day, eat with the season. And I know that it sounds kind of obvious, but like I just, one of the things that I've always talked about is I think that there's like, seeing a strawberry on a plate in December or whatever, it like makes me offended. And so it's like just really, I think eating with the season not only is the natural thing to do, but it also just I think keeps you at kind of this like parallel movement with the earth and with the seasons. And I think this is not saying like if you live in LA or whatever, you live in Florida, eat with the seasons, it's different. But yeah. Ooh, speaking of this, I'm gonna go antithetical to what I just said. I just discovered a thing called finger limes the other day.
What's that?
So they're tiny. They're like the size of my pinky, but they're like these just like little, long, they look like a little gherkin pickle. If you can find one of these little guys, it's so awesome. So it's a lime, but you crack it open and you squeeze it and there's like, it's like lime caviar that comes out. It's little, tiny little pearls.
Cool.
Dude, so fun.
Wait, are they like crunch?
Oh yeah, they're like, it's literally like tobiko or whatever on sushi, like crunchy or that poppy. Yeah, so fun.
That sounds really fun.
Oh, epic. Yeah, so those are not in season in Portland necessarily, I don't think. But wow.
Maybe someone's growing them indoors.
Probably. So anyways, do it.
Yum. Yeah, and eating with the seasons too is a very Chinese medicine thing to do as well. As we're starting to move into fall, to eat more root vegetables, and we talked a couple of weeks ago about really supporting the lungs and the large intestine.
Yeah.
And so, to really start to eat some more warming foods as it gets colder out.
Yeah.
So I'll kind of piggyback off that. I think I can maybe do a really clumsy transition.
That's
my
the best kind of transitions that we do.
So seasons are changing. Where else can I go? Colds are happening more frequently. There it is. And my pro tip for the week is to use a nasal irrigation situation.
Yeah.
So a lot of, but that's pretty good, right?
Definitely.
Seamless.
I know. Where could you? Is there another way you can? Yeah. No, I think it's great. Yeah.
I could have maybe talked about the fingerling lime and talked about the stuff coming out and talked about boogers.
Boogers.
Yeah.
Speaking of boogers. Could you fit the finger lime up your nose like you fit your finger up your nose?
Nice. Yeah.
Speaking of that, nasal douching.
That could have done too.
Word.
Some of you listening may have heard of a neti pot before.
Yeah.
I think that's sort of become kind of ubiquitous in our culture at this point. I cannot use a neti pot personally. I find that I feel like I'm getting waterboarded, and it's really tricky for me to get the right angle.
Yeah.
So I work with kiddos, and what I recommend to a lot of families is a company called Nasopure, Nasopure. It was developed by a pediatrician, specifically for kids, but obviously adults can use it too. And so nasal irrigation, for those of you that don't know, is basically distilled water or purified water of some variety, and salt.
Yeah. You can use the one like filtered water out of your fridge.
Yeah. And then sometimes there's other, like you'll get packets that have like grapefruit seed extract in it, just as a
or like xylitol.
Xylitol, yeah, that helps with inflammation. But basically, it's salt and water. And the NasoPure is just constructed in such a way so that you don't have to tilt your head, and it still irrigates the nasal cavity. So as we kind of move into cold season, and if you're somebody that gets maybe sinus infections or you just get recurrent upper respiratory stuff, I highly, highly, highly recommend doing this because it's going to really help with the inflammation in the sinuses, and it's going to just irrigate stuff anyway. So if you are allergic or there's kind of stuff that gets trapped, it's going to irrigate that, but it's also going to really help to lessen the inflammation, which is going to lessen pain, and it's going to lessen congestion. So, and
I think I'm going to do that tonight. I feel like I need it.
Yes. Yeah.
It's also been really good for an anatomy lesson for me, because I was like, do I have a deviated septum? Like, why can it go over to the other? Yeah. I didn't know that the nostrils were connected.
Yeah, it's a really good practice, and especially after a cold.
Yeah.
You can do it during the cold too, obviously, to like help to rinse anything that's going on in there. I find it really fun too, and remarkable.
It's awesome.
To watch your nose drain.
Sure. Well, it's I'm obsessed with pimple popping.
Yeah.
And it's my favorite thing to watch on the internet besides porn. And then the
so a big, long, stringy bug.
Ooh, yeah. Which I don't have it happen very often unless I have allergies. Allergies, it's amazing for that. It's so good. Yeah, it's great. That's awesome.
Yeah, so NasoPure.
Nice pro tip.
Yeah.
It's cool that you know the name of the brand. I wouldn't know what those things are called at all.
I recommend it a lot for allergies and then for sort of recurrent upper respiratory stuff.
I know.
Yeah, so I don't know why we haven't talked about it yet.
That season.
It's good. It feels like it's good timing.
Yeah. Avi, what do you think about that? Oh, she's dead.
Literally crickets.
There actually were crickets.
Literally crickets.
Yeah, there were. Fucking not the first time. Nailed it. What do you think? Should we eat some dinner and settle down and watch a show?
Yeah.
We're watching Succession right now. It's fucking great.
It is good. It is really good. I wasn't in at first. It did not grab me, but now I am thoroughly grabbed.
Ooh, we're also the Righteous Gemstones is
another great show.
Yeah, let's watch it.
Totally. We're gonna eat some Ota tofu, which is a local Portland tofu company.
It's so cool to go in there. I've gone in to pick up the tofu orders sometime for Milk Run. Localmilkrun.com. Go check it out. Order now. And if you want to invest millions of dollars, call me.
We accept.
Mike at localmilkrun.com. But yeah, you go in there and it's awesome. So there's just it's the whole process. You see the soybeans coming down the line, and then you see the people washing it. I mean, it's unbelievable to watch it happen.
Whoa.
It's very, very cool.
Cool.
Yeah, so we're gonna have some tofu.
Thanks everybody for indulging me today and allowing us this platform.
Yeah.
And thank you for creating some space.
Of course.
Hit us up. Let's eat at mikeyandrinnestayin.com. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'd love it if you'd leave us a review on iTunes.
Yeah.
Just talk to us about how you're feeling about the show.
Totally.
We'd love for you to leave us a 5-star review, obviously, if you're liking the show. And
it's okay if you're not.
Yeah.
If you don't like the show, just subscribe and just don't listen. Because we can get those numbers.
Or maybe pass it on to someone that you think would like the show.
Totally,
We understand that it's not a show that's for everybody.
Right, totally.
What did Ellie's mom say about our show?
Oh, she said something about me that I was very colorful.
Oh God, she used the greatest word. She has a Rhode Island accent.
He's very rough. I don't know. Something.
It was
she said that I was just that I swore.
Crass.
Crass. I'm just crass. Which I get. I am. Balls. Tits.
Yeah. That's true.
Sorry. Farts. Nah. Okay, you guys, we love you. Hope you love us. We love each other.
Yeah.
Aubrey, we love you.
Yep.
All right. I'm Mikey.
And I'm Rinne.
And tonight, we are gonna stay in barf. Goodbye.